Sometimes it felt like pins and needles, and I was just being stung by bees.
I would just jerk. I would just pull, and in the mid-conversation, that I would scare people.
It felt like my bones were grinding.
Brought tears to your eyes, took your breath away.
It was really a mental challenge to convince people that you weren't making things up.
The pain I experienced was anywhere from lower back all the way down to my toes.
I did do a lot of crying. Was scared to death I'd end up paralyzed.
And it was constant 24 hours a day pain.
Getting up and down off a toilet, and nurses talk plain, okay, we just tell it like it is, was excruciating.
I had epidural steroid injections, physical therapy, oral steroids, muscle relaxers, every pain medication known to man.
I'm not good for anything anymore. I'm wearing out. I'm useless.
You're constantly having a pain pill. You're constantly doing physical therapy.
I got to the point where I spent more time in bed than I did working or anything around the house.
I was physically a wreck. I couldn't basically function as a human being.
And I was done. I was done because the pain wasn't going away.
You know, all I kept thinking is, my career's over.
I want my life back, you know. I wanted to be able to do the things that I could do before my accident.
I finally just got to the point where enough's enough. With the traditional fusion surgery, if they go in from the posterior or the back, you have about a 5, maybe 6-inch long incision right up the middle of your back. Sometimes they'll put like a little cage around to hold the bone material in until it fuses and meshes with the rest of the bone. You'll have screws and rods. You'll wear this big, cumbersome, heavy brace for a couple of months after surgery, maybe 6 to 8 months, maybe up to a year. If you have any complications, you'll be back to work. And I said, well, that doesn't sound appealing at all. Too many people who have had abdomen surgeries describe what it's like for the first couple of weeks or months afterwards. They say the first time you sneeze, you're going to be afraid your guts are going to spill out. But just first time you go to the bathroom, you're going to feel like you're passing a bowling ball. Just horror stories.
I spent a year in pain before I found what kind of surgery I really wanted to do, because I really believed a lot that there had to be something. I just needed to find it. It's pretty much, it was right in front of me, like, okay, this or this, you know? It was really not a hard decision to make. Either good surgery, small scars, and less complications, or possibility of lots of complications, big scars, and who knows how long to recover, and pain.
I kid you not, 2 scars that big on either side of my spine, and a little teeny tiny one about 1/4 of an inch underneath your tailbone. Can't even see it. I take that over a 6-inch scar any day.
I researched and researched and researched, and luckily, I thank my stars that I found it.
I went in at 6 o'clock. My surgery was at 7:30, and at 1 o'clock that afternoon, I walked up my driveway home, and I was an outpatient. And to me, that was the greatest blessing that could possibly happen.
I'm driving down the street, I'm in my big truck, my big compensator, and I'm crying. I'm crying because I get to go, you know, I get to go back to my life.
The recovery time's quicker. The scars, the suture lines are a lot smaller. It's less invasive. There's less blood loss. It's just an all-around better surgery.
I feel very fortunate that I got referred to this physician, who in turn was utilizing the Trans One approach.
After the surgery, by that afternoon, I had such a sense of relief that I could actually have a good time with my husband. To know that I could go for a walk again, it was truly awesome. And as my recovery has progressed, it's gotten even better. I'm
a 36-year-old man, but when I go to work, I'm 12. And I giggle, I smile. I love every run. You know, I love getting in that apparatus. I love the lights. I love the siren. I mean, I love what I do. I love it. I love every day.
Before, I couldn't even go to the beach because it hurt to walk in the sand. So I can walk in the sand now, I can go in the ocean, I can swim in the pool. I can walk up the stairs in my house. I mean, I can do my laundry again.
I'm a very avid golfer. I carry about a 7 or 8 handicap, and last weekend it was the first time since March that I decided to go out and give it a try, and I have not noticed any difference whatsoever, you know, on my swing pattern, the twisting, the rotation, which is just a wonderful thing.
2 months after the procedure's been done, and I'm walking a mile a day, being able to get out and take care of the flowers, the rose bushes and trees, and getting out and just being able to do what I want to do.
Last weekend I was up building a new roof over a front porch that I built 2 months ago. Carrying shingles up and down ladders, building things. When you live out in the country and have animals, you're constantly building new sheds, new storage sheds. It's always something new, and actually I can do that now.
Just kicking the ball, soccer ball, with my kids. You know, that was one of the main things I missed doing, and I had to give it all up. I wasn't able to get out there and show them physically, hey, this is what you need to do. It was just too painful and just too much for me. And now, I'm back to doing that again.
I'm so glad that it's over. I'm 50 and I'm fixed and I feel great. My wife is sitting behind us watching this on a monitor, and I just found out that she's been back there crying. And it's tears of joy.
If you are having second thoughts about having a back surgery, you should seriously do this, because it has changed my life immediately.
It just so happened there was a patient that had the same surgery who was checking out after a prior appointment with this doctor. And he called this patient over, and you know, I started talking to her about it. And it's just like you and I talking now. Her excitement and her enthusiasm really set me at ease.
For those who are contemplating this surgery, don't put it off, because you'll be glad when you have it done and you realize the pain is gone. It'll be okay.
I know you're sitting out there in pain and scared to death. Don't do like I did and wait 16 months. I mean, if this procedure, if your surgeons feel this is good for you, get it done, get it out of the way, because I look back, I went through 16 months of hell.
Make it happen. You need to change your life. You'll get your humanity back. You'll get your dignity back.
If it's got to where you can't stand living anymore, just to try it, because they'll be amazed how well it will work.
From one tough guy to another tough guy who's trying to hide the pain, cover it up, ignore it. I was told by my doctor, my surgeon, the body will heal itself in about, give or take, 30 days. And if it doesn't, something needs to be done.
The biggest problem you'll have is trying just to make yourself slow down after your surgery, because you feel so good.
Don't stand for pain. Go get a consult. Get the procedure done if that's what you need, and don't let anybody tell you that your pain is coming from your mind.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you for the mechanism that you guys made and helping me have a better life. You guys are wonderful, because I was miserable. That's all I want to say is thank you.